Hey everyone, before we jump in, I know I'm a little late to the Anora conversation, but after its massive success at the Oscars, I had to check it out. And wow, this movie absolutely delivered. It won Best Picture, and after watching it, I completely understand why. Also, it's worth noting that before dominating the Oscars, Anora won the prestigious Palme d'Or at Cannes, making it one of the most critically acclaimed films of the year. So let's talk about it. This is going to be a long one, so strap in.
Nice guy. Vanya, be a man and talk to me. What is that? Is that a butterfly?
Yeah, it's a butterfly.
You're so classy.
I know.
I got dollar signs like a real hoe.
Anora is a movie that completely took over the awards season, winning Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Director, and Best Screenplay at the Oscars, and solidifying Sean Baker as one of the most important indie filmmakers working today. It's a film that balances humor, drama, and tension in such a natural and engaging way, and after watching it, I have to say, it absolutely deserved all the recognition it got. Before we get into the details, if you enjoy movie reviews and discussions, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Anora in the comments, so let's talk about it. Sean Baker has been one of the most exciting indie filmmakers of the last decade. He's built a career around capturing real, often overlooked stories with a naturalistic style. I absolutely loved The Florida Project and Red Rocket, both of which showcase his ability to bring out incredible performances and create deeply human stories. And with Anora, he not only continues that approach but elevates it, crafting what might be his best film yet. Baker's films always feel like you're stepping into a real world. He doesn't use flashy cinematography or artificial sets. He immerses you in environments that feel alive. His characters never feel like actors playing roles, they feel like real people, and that's a testament to his directing style. Anora is no exception, and it might just be his most fully realized vision yet. One thing Baker has always excelled at is portraying sex work with accuracy and empathy. From Tangerine to Red Rocket and now Anora, he never sensationalizes or exploits these characters. He simply presents their lives as they are, with dignity and complexity. Anora, like many of his protagonists, isn't reduced to a stereotype. He's fully realized with dreams, agency, and struggles that feel authentic. That's what makes his films so compelling. He gives a voice to people that mainstream cinema often overlooks or misrepresents. And beyond just being a great filmmaker, Sean Baker has been a true pioneer of independent cinema, repeatedly cheering on smaller films across his multitude of awards acceptance speeches. He's one of the few directors consistently proving that you don't need a massive budget to create something powerful and cinematic. Whether he's shooting on an iPhone like he did with Tangerine, or working with non-professional actors to bring authenticity to his stories, he's always pushing the boundaries of what indie filmmaking can be. His commitment to telling raw human stories outside of the Hollywood system is what makes him such an important voice in modern cinema, and Anora feels like the culmination of everything he's been building toward. Anora is distributed by Neon, and at this point, they're really giving studios like A24 a run for their money. Over the past few years, they've built an incredible track record backing some of the most exciting and daring films out there. From Parasite to Titan to Anatomy of a Fall, they've consistently championed bold, unique stories, and Anora is another great addition to their lineup. It's the kind of movie that perfectly fits their brand, gritty, unpredictable, and completely engrossing. The movie follows Anora, a Brooklyn exotic dancer who ends up in a whirlwind romance with the son of a powerful Russian oligarch. What starts as a fast, impulsive marriage quickly spirals into a tense, high-stakes situation when his parents find out and step in. What follows is a gripping, unpredictable ride that balances humor, drama, and real tension in a way that few films can pull off. Now, with all that said, let's get into my feelings on Anora. One of the things I really appreciated about Anora is how it plays out in such a realistic way. The first act almost tricks you into thinking it's setting up a more traditional narrative structure, but then it takes a completely different approach, one that feels true to life rather than following a conventional movie formula. Instead of predictable story beats, events unfold in a way that feels organic, sometimes messy, sometimes unexpected, but always natural. A big part of this is how the first act establishes Vanya's lavish lifestyle. We see his world of wealth and privilege, the expensive clothes, the fancy restaurants, the effortless way he throws money around. It creates this illusion of security, making it seem like Anora is stepping into a fairy tale.
Can somebody turn on music? Tom!
I got it.
this room, I claim your sister.
I claim your mom.
But as the movie progresses, that sense of comfort starts to unravel, revealing just how fragile and chaotic everything really is. That shift is what makes the film so gripping. It doesn't follow a clear-cut rise and fall story, but instead plays out in a way that feels uncomfortably real. It actually reminded me a lot of Uncut Gems in that sense. Both movies drop you into a character's life and let things spiral in a way that feels chaotic but completely believable. There's this constant tension where you feel like you're watching someone make one bad decision after another, and you can't look away. But Anora has a different energy. While Uncut Gems is a relentless anxiety attack, Anora balances that chaos with humor, making it feel less exhausting but just as unpredictable. Both films have that same gritty, immersive quality that makes you feel like you're living through the characters' mistakes in real time. Now let's move into the performances, because wow, they are mesmerizing across the board. Everyone in the cast delivers, but two names stand out the most: Mikey Madison and Yuriy Borisov.
I'm Igor. You?
Annie. I'm Vanya's wife.
Congratulations.
Mikey Madison's performance in Anora is nothing short of amazing, and it's easily the most demanding role of her career. While she's been great in past roles, like her brief but memorable turn in the Scream franchise, this is a massive step up, pushing her far beyond anything she's done before. She throws herself into the character with a raw, unfiltered energy that makes every scene feel urgent and real. A huge part of what makes her performance so impressive is how physically and emotionally exerting it is. She spends much of the movie screaming, running, and reacting to increasingly chaotic situations, but beyond that, she also has to expose herself both emotionally and physically, more than most actors would ever be willing to. She spends a large portion of the film nude, and Baker's naturalistic, unflinching direction doesn't shy away from that. It never feels exploitative though. Instead, it adds to the film's sense of realism and makes Madison's performance all the more fearless. She's constantly navigating a world that isn't built for her, caught between the privilege of her wealthy Russian in-laws and the harsh realities of her own life. Madison brings an underlying tension to every scene, making it clear that Anora is always performing, sometimes out of survival, sometimes out of desperation. That divide between wealth and struggle is at the heart of the film, and Madison's raw, layered performance makes it all the more powerful. She completely disappears into the role, fully embodying Anora's vulnerability, resilience, and the emotional weight of her circumstances. It's a performance that demands everything from her, and she delivers at every turn, making her Best Actress Oscar completely deserved. And then there's Yuriy Borisov, who in my opinion should have been the winner for Best Supporting Actor. He plays a henchman working for the oligarch family, and what he does with such a quiet role is remarkable. He barely speaks throughout the film, but he doesn't need to. He communicates everything with just his eyes. There's so much emotion in his performance, from tension to sympathy to inner conflict, and it's all conveyed in these small, subtle moments. His presence adds so much depth to the film, and his chemistry with Mikey Madison is fantastic, making some of his moments among the most memorable.
This car is very you.
Do you like it?
No.
It's my grandmother's.
It's the kind of performance that stays with you long after the credits roll, and in my heart, he was the true winner for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. Visually, Anora is just as strong. Sean Baker and his cinematographer capture everything in such a natural, almost documentary-like way. The lighting, the framing, even the way the camera moves, it all feels so authentic, like you're just watching real life unfold. Baker's ability to make even the most chaotic scenes feel grounded is one of the film's biggest strengths. The way he uses natural light, neon glows, and the grittiness of New York streets adds to the immersive feel. There's no artificial polish here. Everything feels raw and real, which only enhances the story's emotional weight. One of the biggest surprises for me was just how funny this movie is. There are moments of almost slapstick level comedy, and they land so well, but at the same time, the film never loses its dramatic weight. It shifts between humor and serious moments so seamlessly, and that balance is what makes it work so well. A lot of this humor comes from how absurd some of the situations get, but it never feels forced. It's the kind of comedy that arises naturally from the characters and their circumstances, which makes it even funnier.
What the hell?
Jesus fucking
Where are you going?
The car.
It's 5-minute walk.
No, I'm not
drive
walking parking down there.
No, I'm not gonna look for other parking. Come on, let's go.
Why don't we
It's right here. Walk, chop chop.
Orası
Move.
surte bicha kahperina de sanım şat kalne mara bismartina de han para.
But when things turn serious, it never undercuts the stakes. That's such a hard balance to pull off, and Anora absolutely nails it. And then there's the ending. Without getting into spoilers, I'll just say, it's both sweet and uncomfortable at the same time. It ties everything together in a way that feels completely earned, and it leaves a real impact. It's the perfect way to close out Anora's story. What I love about it is how it doesn't try to wrap everything up neatly. Instead, it leaves you with a mix of emotions, making you reflect on everything that just happened. It's rare to find an ending that feels this satisfying while still leaving you thinking long after it's over. It's the perfect culmination of everything the film builds toward, capturing the raw unpredictability of life, the weight of the choices made along the way, and the stark reality of the world Anora finds herself in. It's a powerful, unforgettable conclusion that cements Anora as one of the most gripping films of the year. At the end of the day, Anora is a masterpiece. It's funny, tense, beautifully shot, and powered by two incredible lead performances. It absolutely deserved its Best Picture win, and if you haven't seen it yet, do yourself a favor and watch it. I'm giving Anora 5 out of 5. So that's my take, but I'd love to hear yours. What did you think of Anora? Do you agree with the Oscar wins? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews. Thanks for watching.